popping up a lot more as well.
Personally, I haven't done any yet.
No.
It's actually only a few clients we have do Instagram.
Yeah, keep it updated regularly.
Yeah, a lot of them like to focus their budgets and efforts on kind of the bigger network, well, different networks anyways, I guess the ones.
But you also want to be first in, first out. If there are no other karate places doing it, you'll be the first karate one going on Instagram, so there's that first mover. You do a lot with CRM, I saw as well, so what is Salesforce, I guess, and who should use it, as well as what other CRMs are you seeing working best for you? I know there's tons out there.
Yeah, so for our own company, we use Salesforce.
Sorry, just pause in here. What is CRM?
Okay, so CRM is a customer relations management software.
Okay.
So it allows you to, again, anytime let's say you're working on sales, you can put if on my website somebody fills out a form, the lead goes into my Salesforce, and you can, it can send to me or it can go right to a salesperson, and then, as they contact the lead or work through the sales process, everything is managed through there. And what we've done with our company is we've been able to build out a lot of customizations. So now once we close an opportunity or client, basically a project's created. So let's say it's a client that's going to be on a 1-year plan for SEO and social media. So it will actually create all of the tasks for the first year, and each task will go out to the appropriate person in the company. So which for us has been really important as we've scaled. We've gone from 1-2 employees up till 10 plus. It's allowed us to be able to handle that rapid growth, and nothing's getting lost and nothing's getting forgotten about. Everything is tracked, and I think that's really essential. And obviously in the beginning it's a big cost, and it still is a big cost, but I think the value you get from it, it's worth every penny.
Sweet.
So is that one that is specific per industry, or do you know of other CRMs that you maybe tell your clients to get to keep actually work on that kind of back end?
We don't do that much for our clients. Like, we don't work on the CRM stuff. We do some, for example, we do some CRM called remarketing for our clients, which basically is where if they're working with, a Salesforce, I know HubSpot has their own CRM now. There's Sugar CRM. There's a ton of them. Basically, we can take their email list, so they can actually export all of the contacts in there. We can take it, and then we can actually target them with banner ads, which is a pretty cool thing.
Well, you can target specific email addresses with banner ads on their computers?
Yeah, so basically how it works is they have this database, I guess, based on the IP address linked to the email, and then they can somehow target them with banner ads, which is huge, because what's happened is, remember last year when the legislation came out for the anti-spam? Basically, it's limited. A lot of people had 50,000, 100,000 person email lists, and now a lot of them are afraid to use it, or they don't know, or whatever the case. Now you can easily take that, import it into one of these campaigns, and you're going to get the first campaign that we launched, we actually got a 30% click-through rate, which is unheard of. It's absolutely insane, and the cost is really, really low as well, because it's a newer technology. So
interesting. Cool. I'll talk to you about that one. Getting ideas right off the top there. And I guess before we go, how do you keep companies accountable with this sort of thing? I know, and we've seen this a lot, and with a lot of businesses, they'll get excited. They'll go, okay, we got to focus on CEO this week. This is going to be good. It's dead time. Boom. It's busy time of season. They forget about everything. They don't have time to even email you back. They don't have time to answer phone calls. They start seeing SEO as kind of a burden on them because it detracts from their core business. How do you work with your clients to keep them in check and reminding them, this is a big goal for us. This is what we got to keep doing.
Yeah, I think it's important to. It's in the beginning when it's a brand new client, brand new relationship. There's a ton of back and forth. We're learning each other, how we work together. But I think as things progress and you build that trust, and then it's kind of they let us just do our thing, right? There are some clients that are a little bit more hands-on, but the majority of the time, especially in the beginning, it is critical for them to be available when we contact them, right? Because if there's any small things that they do pile up, they add up, right?
If they don't see any traction in about 5-6 months, how do you deal with those kind of people that don't, they say business is a little slower, they've invested their money here, and they haven't seen any results yet? How do you deal with?
A lot of times, we're always, if it gets to the 5-month point, a lot of times we've already kind of narrowed down if there's an issue before that, since we're always continuing, we have daily, weekly reviews, right? So if a client, let's say after 5 months, you know, they're doing an SEO campaign, they're not ranking for anything. Well, we're going to try and identify, first of all, why. Because, I mean, with our process, our success rates are so high that normally there's got to be some kind of issue there, right? So generally we'll try to figure out what it is and address it. And if not, if it's something where they're like, hey, like we're starving, we need leads, then maybe we'll look at maybe taking some of the budget, putting it towards some PPC temporarily to try and generate some leads, that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. So it really depends on the client, but I mean, overall, our clients
always
are pretty
have
happy
good
for
news,
5-6 months.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. What about just one final thing? Any trade shows that you're a part of or seminars that you consistently go to? There must be SEO trade shows by now.
There's a lot of different ones. We're actually going to PipeCon next week in Toronto.
PipeCon?
Yeah, so this one actually, it has to do with marketing automation, so filling your pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So this is, it's actually an event put on by Pardot, which is the marketing automation arm of Salesforce.
Cool.
So it's actually something we're looking at for our business, the marketing automation. So kind of, you know, when you get a lead through your website, say they're not ready to purchase yet, right?
Yeah.
So being able to get them in your system and just kind of drip feed them some content, whether it's blogs or email, and you can actually set different actions based on, hey, if they didn't open that email, send them this. If they did, send them this, right? There's so many different things you can set up.
We've seen some crazy new stuff. They're going to be buying by the end of the time. You know,
exactly.
That's interesting.
One day.
Well, any extra things that you want to add that I think that you think people, potential businesses, would want to hear from you to consider you in the future? Then,
well, I think the main thing for any business, the number one tip I can give, like if you're not looking at hiring an agency, you want to do things yourselves, the number one thing you can do is blogging, in my opinion. It's something you can do for free if you want. If you want to take the time and write it yourself. There's endless benefits there. You know, being active on social media definitely helps as well. Good way to drive traffic to your website. So those two things alone. Like
now, with the blogging, is it true that if you just cut and paste an article from somebody else, that's not going to help your site because it
can hurt
somebody else's words?
It's called a duplicate content. So there's actually Google updates that target that, because I mean, obviously there's some sites that would just, all they would do is grab articles from millions of places, right? And eventually they get a lot of traffic, but eventually they will get penalized. So it's not a good practice.
Does the same go for pictures? Like if you grab an image from somewhere else?
That one there's not as much data on,
good.
I guess. It's an interesting thing, because I mean, I'll obviously look at all the kind of stock photography. There's a lot of people using things, but anytime you can, it's an image that you've taken yourself. Like if you can assign metadata to it and that kind of stuff, I think there would be some benefit there.
And keep it under 100 kilobytes, or keep it small so it doesn't take a long time for the screen to load for Google. They don't like that. It's
about speed is a huge thing for SEO as well. So there's definitely a lot of resources out there that, hey, if you want to find out how quick your site is, like GT Metrics is one. You can actually go just run your site through the tool. It'll actually grade you based on your page speed and all kind of the resources being loaded, that kind of stuff. I mean, we had a client that when they first came to us, their website was taking about 11 seconds to load. And just by doing a few tweaks, we were able to get it down to 2 seconds, right? So you can imagine how many clients, I mean, visitors, they get on there and it's like 11 seconds.
People don't have time for that anymore. No. 11 seconds? Are you kidding me?
Have you tested it with Page Cloud or Wix or, you know?
The build it yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are not, I'm not a fan of them at all.
I think there's kinks. It could be, there could be potential, but I just don't see how they'd be SEO kind of driven kind of strategies.
The SEO doesn't translate well to build it yourself websites.
Yeah, limited in a lot of senses. Yeah.
So just real quick, back to the blogs. Use tags a lot, I guess.
Yep. So
like on your thing, make sure you're always...
actually in WordPress, I don't use tags. I actually there's if you're using for WordPress, there's actually a plugin you can get called Yoast SEO. It's completely free. It's by far the best on the market if you're using WordPress. But there's a setting like you no follow tags, because what tags do is it basically will create different pages and it'll have the same content on different pages. So I found it just creates a ton of duplicate content.
No more tags.
Gotcha.
That's
good.
And write case studies. I saw that as a good post as well. I always tell people to do that.
Absolutely.
All right. So website is seoplus.ca. Part of Sierra. That's awesome. Supporting local. All right. So seoplus.ca. Check them out. everything, Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter, everything like that. Thank you so much, Brock and Krista.
Yeah, thanks a
Oh,
lot, guys.
thanks for having us.
And next week we're going to have Gym Track on, so that's an awesome local success story. And then we're taking a break for the summer.
One more tune.
One more song is "What a Man." A little
What a man.
What a man! What a man! Yeah,
TLC?
Is that not? It's Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper. All right, check out Renee Landry coming up at Blues Fest. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Later.